So now we want to do an actual backup. We want to open Backup Exec. The tab you want to learn is Job Monitor. Here you will track the active backup jobs that you have. We don't have any at the moment, but we're going to create one by going to Backup and Restore. We select the server we're trying to back up. We could do backup to cloud, disk, but since we only have disk at the moment, we're going to select this. You can also do a one-time backup here if you don't want it to get on a schedule. But if you do want it on a schedule, select this option here, and we're going to do backup to disk. So you have two options: doing it through the agent or doing through the virtual base backup. If it's a physical server, bare metal, you want to do agent based backup. Otherwise, you can stick with the recommended. But in our lab, we don't have a ESX server, so we're going to go with the agent based backup. So on this tab, you want to select edit on the server options, and this is where you select which folders or drives you want to back up. If you want to take advantage of the full disaster recovery, you would just check mark everything, and that takes care of everything for you. But for this demo, we're only going to do a small folder. Just to show how the backup is done. Just those three folders. Another important tab is our backup options. So here you want to select the full backup schedule. For example, you could select once a week, every Friday, 11 p.m. And then below it, your incrementals. You could do incrementals, for example, once every day after a full backup is run at 11 p.m. So under storage, you want to select where you want it backed up to. So I'll select our 120 gig storage unit, both for full and for the incremental. If you have multiple NICs, you want to specify the correct one. With Backup Exec, it'll verify your backup data also. So if you want to change it, not to verify, select that. If you're running a cloud backup, it usually defaults to the not verified data because you add more costs if you're backing up to the cloud. It's good to leave the defaults. Hit OK. Hit OK. So now we can go to Job Monitor, and you see it will start June 4th. And it will run every Friday at 11 p.m. If you expand, our incrementals will be every one day at 11 p.m. But you can manually start one by right-clicking the full option and click Run Now. And that'll start a backup for you. So after, depending on how much data you're backing up, you can come back and see if the job is successful or not. Since we backed up very few folders, we see it finishes very fast. And we're good to go. So now what we want to do is do a restore. So same thing, you can go here and do a restore. So we can do files, folders. We could do from a backup set or from a point in time. Let's do from backup set. Here's our server, and all the backup jobs we have will show up here. So for example, we select that. We want to restore from this date. So if you select that, it'll just copy the files to that server, to the original location. If you are doing a specific file that you're just restoring for a user, I usually go to a different location and do it that way. So for example, create a folder here, restore the C drive. Just browse. That should be better. C drive, restore. Let's see, it's very specific how you're supposed to enter the paths. That's why I did a browse, that works a little better. Hit next. So usually these options I'll leave by default. So it recreates the directory structure. It overwrites files in the disk if it's older. And it restores the security information for the files, which is very crucial. I'll leave that as a default. Proceed. We can rename the server restore, we'll just leave a default for now. We can schedule the restore for a specific time, but we'll just do run now. And we'll see our folder is empty at the moment. We'll hit finish. So if we go back to job monitor, and successful. So let's go back, and as mentioned before, we created the folder structure and our files are there. And we're done. We were able to schedule a job, and we were also able to restore some of the files. So if you need to recover a full computer, your backup should be a full backup of everything, and then you basically do the same thing. You want to restore, and there will be another option here, which would be full restore of a Windows system. And we are done. Thank you for watching.